Hey, we're live with James speaking, TrainingSites.io, NotebookLM. Infographics, they are absolutely awesome. And most people are only touching the surface of what is possible with them. And I want to go over not just how to customize them, but I want to show you why that you should be customizing them differently from what you've probably been taught. And it's specifically about how can I use these to help in my education business? How can I pick the right kind of infographic or customize the infographic so that it serves a purpose and what it is that I'm trying to teach? Now, if you haven't used NotebookLM, of course, make sure to go to trainingsites.io/join. I have about 10 or 12 videos, I think, on NotebookLM, and they're all free for you to figure out to go and learn how to use it. I'm going to show you what normally happens with NotebookLM when people are playing around is they'll go to notebooklm.google.com and they'll go and work on, for an example here, a notebook, and they'll do all of the things that, in fact, I've even taught you to do when it started, because I've been using this for like 6 months, is they'll add sources on the left-hand side here. They'll have a chat with Gemini to clarify or work with AI, having a chat about the sources. And then when they're ready, they're going to go and click the infographic button, and it's going to go, wow, great infographic. It's based on the chat, the notes, all of the grounding. It's an awesome infographic. And it is stunning, and it always has been. And recently, in the last month, I guess, what they did is they added this little pencil here, and that little pencil allowed you to customize the infographic. Now, what has been still happening is in many cases, people are lazy. And even if they do press this, what they do for customization is they go, yeah, I want it to be landscape or portrait or square. I want it to be concise or standard. Maybe they try detailed and they realize it puts too much text on and it sometimes gets spelling errors and it's too crowded. So they usually stick with standard, they usually stick with landscape. And then they might say, use my brand colors or use my fonts. But they don't put anything really in that description of the infographic that you want. Now, why is that important, you're asking? Well, there's a whole bunch of reasons, and these are the ones that I covered inside trainingsites.io/join. I actually put a course together for you, and you can go and look at it. It's actually here in the courses. It's NotebookLM infographics, but all of the stuff that I'm including in here is really about creating what I'm calling a mental doorway into the purpose of the infographic. And a couple different styles of infographics fit really, really well for the purpose of what it is that you're teaching. So we take a look at anime style, for example, what it's for, scientific style, Minecraft style, a whole bunch of different ones, and including when to use them and why you would want to use them. Now you're probably going, well, what the heck are these styles and why would I care and what does it actually mean to me? Well, let's go take a look at ones that I've done in the last, well, I did started last night, but I did most of them about an hour ago. As an example, you can see on these ones that, yeah, these ones I just did some edits, but these have been done in the last couple hours. I did the course and this video and these outputs in the last hour or so. So here's just an example of what happens. If I go and I look at my two documents, sorry, let me close this for a sec again. I put two documents in here. These were markdown files that I got specifically from my mind map, which is the campus monetization mind map. There's three phases and 10 steps. So that's my campus blueprint. I saved this map as a markdown file, and I saved two versions of it, one a current one and one a previous one, just a couple different naming changes between it. So I saved this as a markdown file. And if you don't know what a markdown file is, it's just a text file, and it basically has the text organized from that map in a way that is easy for these large language model tools to be able to understand. So I put those two here, you can see them here. And in the middle, NotebookLM just does a quick synopsis or lets you know it has an understanding of what it's about. And I didn't do any chats or anything like that. Now, here's what happens if I just click the infographic. I'm going to get something like this. Now, this is a default infographic that comes up. All I did is press the button. I get something that's really cool. It's got the different phases and things that there. It's got a bit of a workflow that's there. where it fits in. This is a really, really great start. Now, however, where does it fit in, or why am I creating this? Am I creating it just because I can, or is there a particular place that this fits specifically in my business? So one of the things that I did put together for you here is a decision guide. And this is just an example of why you might want to create some of them differently. So what are they doing it for? Is it understanding something? Do you need them to believe something? Are they building something? Are they following something? Are they monitoring something? What is the purpose of creating the infographic? And I put a different one here, for example, on understanding a new idea, or feeling motivated, or seeing a big picture, or follow steps in order. There's a different visual style that fits best for the purpose of it. So what does that look like when you start playing around with some of these different styles? Well, let's take a look at the ones that I created using the exact same content and without doing any prompting other than changing this part right here. So all I've done is I've given it special instructions here, and look at some of the different examples that we created. So here's one that's an editorial style. So completely different than the first one that we showed, and it's a before and after approach with it, okay? So that's an example of one. Here's one here, which is a pop-up style. This particular one shows the 3 phases or steps, but it's in a different style visually, and also in terms of the way that it's doing the process. Minecraft, voxel or Minecraft style, which is all about building. This particular one, something with 3, but visually shows it in terms of building, robots, automations, all of the stuff that was there, and picked out the tech stack. Now again, you can customize all of the different titles and pieces. That's all available to you. Scrapbook style. When would you use scrapbook style? Is that one that is specific to brainstorming, or is it something that teaches a process? Or is it something for step and step? So step-by-step process. So you can see that there's different styles are all available from the same content. You just have to get a little more thoughtful of what are the different styles you can use. Some of the ones that I'm showing here, for example, there's photorealistic is here. So that one is putting the mind map into a photorealistic situation. Again, start thinking a little bit. Earthy and organic as another example of ones if you've got a particular topic that isn't business related, for example. What was the other one? Ghibli style was one that I did, which is a certain kind of cartoon character. And you can see that it's used the colors that I actually asked for it to do, but it's got a step-by-step through there as well. Cyberpunk. So there's one with different colors, different shifts kind of thing. So what's my point here? When you are creating these notebooks, I want you to do a couple things. Just realize that there are hundreds of different styles that you can use, and you can set out different formats or processes or ideas that you want to use in the infographics. So what I did to help you out is I did put together, and we'll do this one here, I did put together a whole bunch of prompts for visual infographic styles, so block and Minecraft ones, when they're best suited for, what the animes, for what the different style, when they should be used, what the signals they want, what are they going to look like, flowcharts, process styles, dashboards. So I put together a whole bunch of these with the help of Claude in this particular case. Those are available to you, and I also have the exact prompts that I used to create these ones. So create a voxelite infographic, everything in the free zone. So I was very, very specific about it. And these are just examples of some of the ones that I created about the different styles and moving it forward. So big picture here is that yes, NotebookLM is awesome. Yes, infographics are absolutely awesome, but just get a little creative with it and start picking the infographics that you need for the educational purpose that you're trying to do, and start thinking about what styles are appropriate for what I'm doing. Is this an emotional step in, kind of be the hero kind of vibe do I want? Do I have to prove something to someone? Do I have to have someone just know and get a big picture? Do I need someone to brainstorm? What are the things in the infographic that we need, and how am I going to set that up so that it makes sense? So if you want to take advantage of all this, learn how to do it, go to trainingsites.io/join. It's free to join. The course is there for you. There's no charge for it. This video is here, plus all the additional resources that I put together for you. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's James from trainingsites.io. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do one to two videos a day like this. And if there's anything that you want to learn about, if you're starting and building your own education business, put it in the comments below. I'd love to do a video up for you. So take care and expect the best.